Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Entropia content. Man, my computer's lagging extra worse today. Maybe I should close Facebook. Fuck. I'm getting so sick of computer problems. That's the one thing that stressed me out the most about doing a podcast before was non-stop, always fucking something wrong with the computers. It never fails. I don't know what's so difficult about making a computer. You can't just consistently have it do the same thing. Alright, so it looks like I just got a message from someone. It says here, hey, I've been getting into mining recently. I was wondering if you might have some tips for a new player getting better at a mining career. I'm currently using that finder, dropping ore. I don't know. As far as mining advice goes, I would advise never to mine. I don't know if I've ever seen a way in Entropia worse to lose all your ped. You're basically just taking your bedroll and flushing it down the toilet. That's the main reason why I never mine. I noticed it's a huge ripoff. So I don't know, if you're getting into mining, it's basically you're getting into a hobby of just taking your ped and throwing it down the toilet. That's basically why I don't have a lot of mining skills. But to be fair, like if you want to go really small, hardcore mining, I'll do a quick mining run for it today to show people what it's like. I don't know, like they have these different finders that use different amounts of probes and stuff. It's really just asking how fast you want to lose your ped. Do you want to flush it down like diarrhea style, or maybe just a little trickle here and there? Explosive diarrhea style. I don't know, for me it's like Entropia, that's the one thing I found was so funny. A lot of the activities in it, you lose money so fast. It's like, I don't understand how anyone does this stuff, right? It's like maybe there's some way you found a place that you can mine stuff that has markup and you're selling it at the markup and making your money back, but actual profit from the game, it's like, I don't know, if you go mining like say 10,000 times, you might profit once if you're lucky. That's probably because you just haven't, you have really horrible math and you're not adding up all your decay and stuff properly. Not to be super negative on mining, but dear God, what a waste of ped. Like I knew society members who used to be into mining and they would just complain about how much they're losing all the time. Like, well, why do you guys do it? It's like you've repeated the same thing a million times, and a million times you've lost money. Why do you keep thinking a different result is going to happen? It's like even the people that make like the huge finds in mining, they're nowhere near recouping the amount they've lost. It's like, it's kind of like the casino when you go and you talk to someone, they're like, oh, you won $1,000 jackpot, aren't you happy? And they'll be like, actually I spent $60,000 trying to win this jackpot. So it'd be like, in a way, it's like the people are hitting these big mining finds. They're not actually profiting. I don't know, I've watched a lot of Entropia mining videos on YouTube, and no one's even close to profiting. It's like, I don't know. Alright, let's see, what I do is, what I have found best for mining is to slow down how much you're losing the money. So you use a probe that uses less drops per probe. So here I'm using like 2 or 3, maybe 5 probes in order to use everything, to do a search for everything. So yeah, here I'll do a search for everything and see if I can find something. Now when it comes to mining, different areas will have different searching criteria. Alright, so here it says I found some listeria. And what does it say? It's a minimal find. It's basically you're always going to find less than you dropped. So however much I dropped, it's going to be way less than that. And I guess the trick to making mining profitable is, say you went to a planet that has like really rare ore and you know you have a buyer and you can resell it. Well, maybe then that's fantastic. But unless you know something that's really good in selling or just randomly looking for stuff, they're just going to give you shit over and over again. Now, one time I did profit from mining, where I almost profited, was I bought an amp and then went down to hell and tried mining there. And I did that with a regular finder, amped it up. And I managed to hit a global or Hall of Fame or whatever, but it was still nowhere near to what I needed to make a profit from it. Like the amount I spent on that finder and the amount of probes and stuff, it was nowhere near. It's like you could get a fucking 100 globals and I probably wouldn't profit. Yeah, see, look at that. I invested all that in 3 probes, and what did it find? Nothing. So you're just flushing money down the toilet. Now, I've been a little bit down in the dumps the past few days after having such a bad run with my health there for a while. So I'm a little bit cranky, but I did have some good news yesterday. When I was watching that, when I was watching that Intellivision Amico press conference or whatever they called it, it wasn't the worst. I was thinking they are starting to come out with some games that look almost decent. So I was thinking a little bit was bugging me before. I was like, dear God, oh my God, nothing again. This is fucking garbage. Why the hell am I dropping these probes? Might as well just be throwing them fucking down the toilet. It's like, even if they gave me stuff, the stuff they're giving me is shit and worth nothing. Might as well just flush it. Yeah, so the Intellivision Amico, before I was giving it a hard time because I thought it was like the worst thing ever. It's like now some of the games are looking okay for mini games. So at least I'll give it that now. It's not the worst. Maybe it's still the worst. I haven't actually tried these games, but at least just by looking at them, they have some potential now. Oh God, this is a nightmare. Oh, nothing again. You fucking piece of shit. Yeah, fuck this. I'm not mining. It's like, mining is such a fucking piece of shit in Entropia. Like, I don't know, like, if I was making mining in Entropia, I don't know how I would do it, but there's almost no way you can do it. You're just going to be giving money away to players, so you have to make it a loss every time. Why people do it, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of hunting, but at least hunting, there's the occasional mission that'll make it profitable. But this, I don't know, maybe there's a hunting mission somewhere that makes it profitable? I've never heard of any such thing. Now, the real fun that I've been having raking in money lately is that fucking Bitcoin lottery. Dear God, is that thing amazing. Like, I don't know, I'm starting to get worried about the Bitcoin lottery page. Maybe it's going to get shut down or something, because it almost seems too good to be true. And when it's too good to be true, you know what that usually means. Now, after my fucking got over my food poisoning and I was able to eat again, I just got overly tempted to fucking stock up on food that I've been dying to eat while I was fasting. I think what it would have been if I could have just ate normal food the whole time, it was just depleted myself super low in energy, so I started fucking plowing back all the food again. So, I'm not even looking at the scale yet. I gotta get back on the fucking track of my eating habits. Hopefully get to the point where I can eat normal food without fucking having any huge washroom episodes. Oh my God, they actually fucking killed me. You gotta be kidding. Alright, well, I don't know. Like, sometimes I enjoy mining for a little bit. They'll give me a couple neat finds. This is fucking disgusting. How many probes I used, and they only gave me one little bit of listeria. That's fucking garbage. Like, I'm just trade terminaling all my probes. I don't want anything more to do with mining. Fuck that shit. Yeah, like how much did they give me? 20 peck? I must have spent like 3 ped in probes. It's like, fuck that. Goodbye, mining gear. Pieces of shit. Yeah, I don't know. See, that's the way the casino used to like lure me in, is people would win occasionally, and you'd be like, oh, you talk to a few people, and better go to the casino. Look how many are winning. So that's the main reason I stopped going to the casino, is I started to realize that people winning at the casino have almost become extinct. It's like you talk to anyone going in and out, how much do you lose? How much do you lose? No one's coming out there with a profit. Not even close. Like most people are losing up to $1,000 a person. There's just floods of people going in. It's really kind of disgusting, but hey, people like the excitement of the illusion that they could win money. Like, I don't know, the table games, they used to be able to win money back before they put in the hedge breakers. Like, I don't know, I was talking about hedge betting and martingale systems before, and I forgot to mention, like, normal casinos, after they found out that Einstein was wrong and that beating the casino with even basic math was like so easy, anyone could do it. So what they did is they started putting hedge bet breakers. So what that means is they realized that people could use the martingale system, start off at a small bet, and then gradually keep doubling it and then always get their money back. So what the casino did is they put a higher minimum bet. So now you can't start at like $1 anymore. They'll either put it at $2 or $5 or even $10 minimums. So that way when you go to start your doubling process, you're already starting at $10. What that means is you can't double it very many times before you lose all your money. And then the other thing the casino did is they put a maximum bet. So what they do, they call that the spread. And then the distance between the maximum and the minimum bet is a good or bad spread. So say a casino had a minimum bet of $1 and the max bet of say $500, that would almost be reasonable because hey, that gives you a few plays, like maybe 8 or 9 plays you can do before you go bankrupt, before you hit the max bet and can't double anymore. So yeah, in that case it wouldn't be so bad. But what a lot of casinos did now, in order to stop people from using the martingale, they'll put the minimum bet at $2 and put the maximum bet at 100 or 200. So really, you can only double your bet on the martingale system like 5 times before you've reached the max. So that's how casinos, after they found out Einstein was actually not as smart as he claimed to be, and they found out that, yeah, he didn't even understand basic math. Even the process of doubling it was beyond his mental capabilities. Which I found was kind of like a red flag. People should have been like, hey, a lot of this Einstein stuff we're getting fed is completely regurgitated nonsense, where this guy being the smartest person on earth can figure anything out was actually completely false. He even lacked basic intelligence. Now, it was funny when I opened up the book on Einstein. I don't know if anyone's looked into his history. It's like, you know, they like to joke that Einstein was bad at like 1 or 2 subjects in school. Well, no, it turned out that Einstein was like borderline like mentally handicapped. He wasn't even able to speak until he was almost 5 years old. So like other kids in his classes were way beyond him in intelligence. But the one thing that Einstein had a gift for was he had that autistic thing where you can memorize stuff. So you could give him a phone book and he could memorize it letter for letter each page, recite which number was on each page, and a whole bunch of wild shit like that. But as far as like understanding basic intelligence, he was like borderline mentally handicapped. And then yeah, that was the thing, is like he was perfect at repeating stuff. So he worked at the patent office and he used to always just get like all the latest information, and then he would release it as his work and cite no references. So that was one issue a lot of like really famous inventors and physicists had against Einstein, is every time they sent something to his patent office, he would read it, and like a month later he would come out with a paper copying everything they just did and didn't list them as sources. So yeah, that's what this one guy, French guy, I think his name was Lorentz, he was the one who came up with the theory of relativity months before Einstein did. And he got really pissed when Einstein copied all of his work and released it saying it was his. Yeah, so if you type into Google or Wikipedia, you can find out lots of the dirt on Einstein. He's quite the character. But yeah, and Einstein also won the award at the time for being the world's worst husband. It's like he was very abusive to his wife, to the point where he would like yell at her and stuff and tell her she was never allowed to speak unless she like made him sandwiches or some stuff like that. Yeah, then not only like that part of the marriage, but he was also like always cheating. And the weirdest part is when he would cheat, he was into inbreeding. So he would always inbreed with his family members, like his cousins and stuff. It was really nasty shit. Yeah, so that's what Einstein was into. I don't know, what happened is in the old days, Einstein got made into like this, somewhat of like a prophet, because like he was very adamant about promoting the stuff for Israel. So Israel loved the idea that this really smart guy could be their next prophet. It was a weird thing too, because he was an atheist, but yet he was always advocating that Israel owned all the land because of their religious rights. I was like, well, if you're an atheist, why would you say that they have religious rights to some land? But anyways, not to get overly critical of Israel, because I think they are going through a lot of hard times where they're situated. Like to think, like part of Europe used to stretch all the way to Medina. So it's like, man, like a lot of people have been genocided and driven out of their homelands. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of different wars. I could see why they would want some of their land back. But I don't know, that's the thing when we start getting into Earth and giving the land back. Everyone that's living on land today took it from someone else back in time. There's no one that's living on their original ancestral lands. It's because we're all migrants in a way, because none of us are Neanderthals. We all came from somewhere else and took Neanderthals' land. So this idea that we should all give land back to the original people is kind of flawed in a way, because no one can say that they don't live on land that wasn't taken from someone. So why is some people allowed to keep it and why do others have to give it back? It's kind of a weird process. Yeah, I won't get too political. I'll try to get back into Entropia. Yeah, so what Entropia news is there lately? I was thinking there was some popular stuff I was reading in the forum. I'm trying to remember what it was. Yeah, people are still talking about that mob search button idea I had. I was thinking it's not really my idea, it's just something I came up with from playing other games. Other games ran into that same problem, where players were like just gonna quit because the world was so open-ended and big that when you needed to find a creature they wanted to kill to complete a mission, you didn't want to spend days or weeks trying to find it. Like most people's attention spans are short these days. If I need something, I want it now. I don't want to be waiting days. It's like I play enough games where I have to wait days for stuff. I don't want to be waiting even longer. Alright, that was a fair bit of oil. Let's go... Well, what do I want? Motorhead kegs? They do have a higher markup. Now, as far as word back from, oh yeah, some people were posting when I was saying, come to Rocktropia and party. They're like, oh yeah, Rocktropia, what the hell's going on there? Yeah, I liked like all the work that Never Die put in. The whole Motorhead collaboration with ZombieCon. It's like, what other Planet creators have managed to pull off some sort of collaborations like Never Die has? I gotta give them props for that. Like, I don't know, like, what is it, Arcadia? Have they ever partnered with any big company to get some cool shit themed into the game? Like Next Island, what was it? Were they the sci-fi planet? I was hoping they would get something going with Star Trek or something. Maybe get some officially licensed Star Trek merchandise in the game. No luck with that, eh? You know, what does everyone think of the state of Star Trek? I loved Star Trek right up until Voyager. And then once Voyager ended, I noticed the decline had begun. Like that show Star Trek Enterprise with Scott Bakula. I didn't even finish that one. I got up until maybe the last or second last season. I couldn't watch it anymore. I realized that it was no longer Star Trek. Well, A, because the whole going back in time issue. Like, I don't mind when you watch Star Trek and they go back in time for, like, maybe episode 2 at most is fucking stretching it. Why? Because, like, I'm watching a show about the future. I want a show about the future to take place in the future. If I wanted to watch a show about being in the past, I would watch a show about being in the fucking Western days or something, right? Like, when I watch shows about something, I want it to be about that. So that's when I realized, like, Star Trek Enterprise, when they did this whole prequel thing, I was like, I don't like it. Like, right off the bat, I was like, fuck prequels. I really, out of all the shows I've watched, prequels have got to be the fucking worst garbage I've ever seen. Now, I grease the shit out of my chair and it fucking still squeaks like crazy. So I don't even know what part it is it's squeaking. I have to fucking take it outside, flip it upside down, and fucking hose the whole fucking piece of shit down with oil. Dear God, I don't know what's wrong with this chair company. Didn't they oil the parts when they fucking assembled it? Has the oil already degraded? Is that the problem? Now, when I was ordering a mouse for my podcasting, I ended up getting a mouse that doesn't make really loud clicks. I was like, yeah, I never realized that. Why do mouse companies make the buttons click when you press them? Shouldn't they realize, like, hey, we don't want to be hearing these fucking annoying clicking noises? Yeah, so I ordered a mouse that has no clicking. It's like, yeah, that's almost genius. I'm like, I don't know why the fuck I was buying mouses that click before. It's like, I like hearing clicks. Click, 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 click. Yeah, sorry for being half asleep in the last couple of recordings. I was trying to switch the show over to recording at night. But to be honest, guys, by the time nighttime comes, I'm so tired, I can't even fucking record because I'm having trouble staying awake playing the game. So I'm going to have to go back to a morning record. I might actually start pre-recording the day before. Just so that, like, when I need my energy to be... Yeah, that's the thing. I need morning energy to get shit done, so I can't be recording the show then. So it's like I almost need to record 2 episodes in the morning. So I can alternate one day of fucking getting shit done in the morning. Ah, fucking son of a bitch. Fucking hate it when I'm talking, I try spawning shit. These fucking stupid controls. Alright, I gotta throw these Christmas trees in storage. Ugh. Today on the vape menu I got some pure Sun Farm sativa and a little bit of vapor oil. Ugh, it was dripped in that bowl. But that bowl was very stale. Need a new one. Man, I want to try quitting cannabis again, but fuck, man. Seems like every time I quit cannabis I always get some horrible health problem. Either something in my stomach will act up or my fucking back will throw up. Man, I wanted to train for my disc golf tournament so bad. I can't believe it. First I got fucking food poisoning, so I got so weak I couldn't even fucking move. And then after that, I fucking go outside, start doing some work. What do you know? I fucking cut up my hands right on the fucking 2 fingers that I used for throwing the disc. So I can't fucking train at all. Really pisses me off. The only optimistic thing I was thinking is really this summer was kind of a write-off. I should have never entered this disc golf tournament. It really was a mistake. It's like even when I was on the website trying to give them my money, the whole thing crashed and I had to wait an hour or 2. I was like, shit, I really should have used that time to rethink my decision. Because I knew, like, this summer I'm so busy trying to get everything done around the house. It's like this is the first year I've actually been home to do stuff where I'm not just going out all the time. Oh well, I figure just because I can't train doesn't mean I can't just go there and have fun. I'll just play the one game. Yeah, that was the thing too, like when I entered the disc golf tournament, I could have swore it said it was 1 round of 18. I'm like, okay, I can do that. What did I find out? Not only is it not 1 round of 18, but it's fucking 2 rounds of 18 one day and then another 3rd round the next day. I'm like, fuck, I should have never signed up. I need tournaments that are 1 round of 18. I'm not into these fucking marathon endurance matches. I don't know who decided that that was a good idea for disc golf, because really my game shot after about 10 holes. So the last 8, I'm just usually winging it, trying not to be too sore. So this fucking idea of like, hey, let's have like fucking 2 games at once, it's like, fuck that shit. I don't know, if I ever became like good at disc golf and people would be like organizing tournaments, I would just, oh fuck! God damn, I was trying to exit the fucking vehicle and I closed Entropia. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Usually when I'm playing the game and not watching when I'm clicking, I just randomly click stuff that I'm not supposed to. Yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure when I go to this disc golf tournament, I'm basically just going to go, and I'll be like, okay, I can't warm up because I don't have near enough energy to finish the amount of holes that they want to play. And usually it's funny because at the beginning of a tournament, they'll be like, hey, does everyone want to go and use the practice area and warm up? Like, well, fuck yeah, I'd like to if I weren't playing fucking goddamn like 36 holes. I'm not even have enough energy to finish half of them. So I'm definitely not going to be using energy to fucking practice, that's for sure. Now the main issue is I got the back fucked up problem, so it's like my back usually seizes up by the time I finish 10 holes. So yeah, fucking finishing 36 is not going to be like a smooth sailing. Now usually what happens by the time I reach the 18 hole mark, if I try to play another round, I have to like lay on the ground in between each hole to like relieve some of the pressure on my spine so it doesn't fucking give out. Now what it is, I have curvature in 2 different spots in my spine after dislocating the base of it in a bad accident when I was a teenager. It never set properly, so then after it didn't set properly, it was fucking making everything curve to compensate for it. It's funny, the curves that I got in my back, I managed to maneuver enough that I can basically be pain-free 99% of the day, unless I overdo something. And if I overdo it, then I'll start to feel it right where it's fucking offset. Now if I really push it and do like a physical labor job for the whole day, my back will seize up so much that I'm like an old man where I'm stuck bent forward. It's irritating as hell. So I have to be careful that I don't push it to that point too often. At one point I was doing a job that would do that every shift, and then every day that I wasn't working, I would just have to lay down and rest my back so that I could recover enough to go back to work the next shift. Oh fuck, I left my ship out. Piece of shit. Oh great, now I got a fucking Motorhead guy. I'm gonna try to get him out of here. Oh shit. Ah, son of a bitch. Bloody fucking gaping cockhole. Oh man, I fucking hate that piece of shit. Like really, I don't understand why they didn't fucking put a turret in here. Pisses me off so much. Oh well, at least I got some kegs. Now what I need is to have my gym next to the Entropian computer. So when the game fucks me over, I can do like 1,000 reps without even thinking. Alright. See, I did collect a whole bunch of that. Did I already go to the ice one? Yeah, I think I just did. So can I just teleport to Secret Island now, or did they got that stupid dragon shit going? I'm gonna try downloading Secret Island, see what's the deal with it. At one point you needed to take some dragon to get there. Am I fucking lagging? For God's sakes. Oh yeah, it's because I'm downloading, that's why. But I don't get it, is I'm not recording this online. So what the fuck would it matter if I'm downloading or not? It shouldn't be slowing my fucking computer. Piece of shit. Like, I could see it. If I was recording this online, like streaming, yeah, you open the internet, it should slow it fucking down. But if you're offline recording, what the fuck does it matter if I'm running the internet or not? Yeah, today's like the fucking pissed off Entropian playing day. Let's get a quick message from my sponsor. See if that cheers me up. Today's show was brought to you by Crack. Crack. It'll fuck you up. Alright, welcome back. Fucking shit's lagging like crazy. Fucking pisses me off. Man, I fucking hate computers with a passion. You pay thousands of dollars, you expect it to do one fucking thing. Can it? No. Oh. God, try to relax. Try to relax. Alright, I'm gonna try to harness some of this energy to go outside and work. Get that fucking rock pile moved. Had some really good news with the pool house yesterday. I've been trying to debate with my brother about what type of foundation to make. Fucking son of a bitch. I'll be right back. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm back. Now, normally what happens is, before I do a recording, I get a bowl ready, so I got something to vape, and I get a drink ready. For some reason, this morning, I get the bowl ready, but did I get a drink? No. So when I'm fucking right thirsty and I need a drink, what do you know? Fucking don't have one. Now I'm stuck fucking drinking pure juice because I didn't have time to go mix one. Now normally what I do, is I don't drink pure juice ever. I always mix it with like 90% water. I can't fucking stand the taste of pure juice. I think what it was is my dad, when I was a kid, he always wanted to save money. So what he did is he started drinking, getting us to drink like super watered down juice. Like usually when you get one of those containers of ice, or frozen container of juice, it comes like a block of ice in a can. Squeeze it out, there's like a cup's worth, and you're supposed to add a little bit of water. Well, my dad would add like, I don't know, over 2 liters. So it was like super watered down. But over the years, I got so accustomed to drinking juice that's almost all water, that when I taste pure juice, it tastes nasty now. So I'm like, holy fuck, it has way too much sugar in it. Like way more sugar than I'm used to consuming. And I actually noticed that too when I went to the dentist. Like, man, your teeth are amazing for a kid your age. It's like, how much pop and sugar and stuff do you drink? And I'm like, oh, I drink a fair bit of juice. And like, we're surprised the juice isn't rotting your teeth. And then I started to think, like years later, I'm like, oh, that's why the juice wasn't rotting my teeth. It's because it's like 90% water. Now the dentist was always like, try to drink water instead of juice. And I'm like, well, what happens if you just combined it? And for me in the sweating, it's always like Ghostbusters. I don't want the lines to cross. Well, I guess they do cross, but I just don't like to aim one gun right into the other. It's a little nasty. Man, some pretty awful stuff going on in the universe or our planet. Couldn't believe that explosion in, what was it, Lebanon? And I couldn't believe Canada's reaction. Like, hey, let's send them millions of dollars. I'm thinking, dear God, Lebanon has so much money. They're like 10 times more richer than Canada. If anything, Lebanon should be like, hey, we appreciate your consolidations, but really, should we be sending you money? It's like, your fucking country's like so pov, you're going broke like no other. I was thinking, man, like, as much as politicians are always doing the right thing, but when a huge disaster happens, they give away money and aid, every country or every leader should have a certain cap about how much each year they can give. So when a disaster comes, they can't be like, oh, a new disaster, time to fucking open up the pocketbooks of the taxpayers again. I was thinking, so that way, like, each leader would know they had a cap of how much they could give away to foreign aid. So when a crisis happened, they could give it away accordingly. Be like, oh, this is the first catastrophe in 10 a year that we usually encounter. So maybe I shouldn't give all the money away at first. Yeah, not to put the fucking money issues ahead of everything, but holy God. Our country is so pov right now, it's fucking crazy. So I don't know how much more pov we're gonna get. We're still gonna be giving all of our money away. Yeah, it's the whole nice guy thing too, eh? It's like we're always trying to be the eternal nice guy that's doing all this nice shit, but really nice guys get taken advantage of, and our fucking country's been taken advantage of for so long. What point do we say, hey, we'll send troops to fucking help unbury these people from the rubble, but we're not just gonna fucking give over our fucking pocketbooks to you? Yeah, that's fucking terrible. We should be sending in armies to fucking help get all the survivors out and shit. Not saying we shouldn't help them. But it's kind of like when someone needs your help. A lot of cases, like if you see a homeless guy or someone panhandling, yeah, it looks like they're pretty hungry, like really skinny. It comes to the point where you have to ask yourself, should I give this drug addict cash? Tell him to go buy food in hopes that his addiction doesn't fucking break his fucking willpower and he just goes buys drugs instead? Or do you give him food and be like, hey, here homeless guy, here's some food that you can't really resell for drugs, so your only choice not to waste it is just to consume it, and you actually get some food. So yeah, that's why it's kind of, you got to be careful what you give away to people. And if you're giving them just cash, that's almost like a recipe for disaster. So I don't know. When it comes to Canada helping out this explosion, it's like, yeah, I think we should help. But B, I think sending money is probably the worst way. Not to mention, doesn't that encourage other countries to be like, hey, if we need a fucking huge loan from Canada, all we gotta do is accidentally set off a fertilizer plant. Next thing you know, our fucking government's gonna be shipping them tons of cash. No, what would they say that explosion was? A fireworks factory? Dear God, it's like, how often do we see these fireworks factories? I remember, wasn't there one in Mexico a year or two ago that caught on fire? Yeah, I know people like fireworks and all, and shit, man, they're big business. Some of those fireworks sell for crazy. And I think what it is, it must be the shipping rules. Because, man, if there was no shipping rules and you could just ship fireworks from anywhere legally, then all of a sudden the price on them would fucking plummet. And they wouldn't see all these factories making these fireworks. Like, really, the way drone technology is going, I like the drone shows better than fireworks shows. A, they don't seem to create as much pollution. B, you can reuse them over and over. And I don't know, like, I guess they must be computer controlled. There's no way they could have people flying thousands of drones like that. No, those drone shows, if you haven't seen them, type it in. I think it's like the new alternative to fireworks. Now I was thinking maybe the government should have some sort of thing, well, yeah, fireworks would still be around, but I don't know. I would just like to see the illegal firework trade get fucking shut down. And there's no way to do it other than just legalizing it all. Legalize fireworks. Now, Entropia is quite a cool bit of fireworks. I know I used to get them as gifts on Halloween and Christmas. Sometimes I'd use them on hunts. The last time I used a firework was during one of the first times I found Bonnie's live stream going. They had a team of people hunting and killing, and I figured, hey, I can fire some fireworks above them, give them a few buffs. Maybe they wouldn't mind me picking up the fruit around them. I would join their team, well, probably not, because they wouldn't invite me not being in their society, maybe. I don't know how that works, but even if I wanted to join their team, I probably wouldn't, just because I would be losing PED badly. It's much more profitable just to run around them picking up the stones and fruit. Maybe some sweat. Chat with them, get information. It's more fun than you'll have in all the actual shooting. Now, the only time that I've really gotten an exciting hunting, was the Aatrox sweat circles. I don't know, has anyone's ever sweated Aatrox before? Dear God. It's like what it was is Gale, Scorpion, Dragon. She would run a sweat team. And eventually she would get these sweat teams going at different places. I think it was Lamian District back then, a lot of times at knees. And we would get like a consistent group. I forget how many, what's the max for teams, 12 or something? So anyways, we'd have like a 12-person crew that was pretty damn good, even with like a healer or two. So we would reach the point where like have a 12-person team and healing. That means you can start moving up mobs and trying to sweat some bigger creatures. So one of the ones we would do is we would go to the Jura TP. Oh fuck, if I was on Calypso I'd show you guys. And there's this one place that is like this nice cave, not too far from the teleporter. Well, decent walk. Oh, fuck off, man. I put the aimer on this guy. For Christ's sakes. But anyways, yeah, so when you get the Aatrox in that cave area, we'd have our pro sweat team sweating it. And the nice part is obviously when you go to kill the Aatrox, they have better loot. So it's like you sweat, you sweat, you sweat. Then it comes time to shoot. What I would do is I'd shoot very minimal, like as low as you could without people bitching to say, hey, you're not even shooting. And then anytime that there was a global from the Aatrox, sure, only the people that were shooting the mob a lot would get a decent return. But then they would offer, the team leader would offer to split the main item with everyone who was in the team. So I would actually have a chance of profiting. So some nights when I would be swunting or hunting those Aatrox, I would stay up till like 4 in the morning every night because it was so action-packed. It's like, really, you collect all that sweat, and it was enough to buy you a pet or two ammo, and that pet or two ammo kept getting you enough shots on those Aatrox that you were in the loot pool for those big item splits. You know, those item splits went good every time, except for one time a guy in the team just took the item and ran, and then everyone else in the team was giving him a hard time, saying, hey guy, come on, you knew when you were part of the team we were supposed to do an item split. So I think eventually he did cave and split the item and apologized, or came up with a story about what happened. Maybe it was legit, I don't even know. But anyways, it was kind of sad in a way. I was thinking all those players I used to sweat with, he's the only one still left playing the game. That's what I was thinking, in Entropia you almost need to be a bit of a bad guy in order to last. If you're gonna be bad, be good at it, right? Like Raven says. Now, I won't name any names. I don't think I see him on here. I actually kind of forget his name too now. If I seen it though, I'd probably recognize it right away. He's one of the most popular traders around. No, but to his credit, I think he did eventually split the item. It just took a little bit of coercion. As funny as it sounds, me taking a drink of that Fruitopia, it's almost harsher than taking back a shot of vodka. If I took back a shot of vodka, it would burn less. I think it's a complication for my wisdom tooth surgery too. After I got them, they never healed properly. Every time I drink something acidic, I can feel my jaw sting. Must be like a lingering infection. I've actually paid a few different specialists to try opening and cleaning it out. One time a guy, I paid him, what was it, $2,000, specialist in Toronto. He cleaned it out really good. It was weird though, because I told him to do both sides of my face, because if I didn't, one side would cave in and the other would be still swollen. Yeah, and then that's what happened. I got him to agree to do both sides, but when the surgery started, he said no, he would only do one side. So after the surgery was over, one side of my face went back to normal and the other side was still puffy. So everyone's like, why is one side of your face all puffy? I'm like, fucking dentist wouldn't clean both. Now he was worried because he's like, then you won't be able to chew. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to chew. I decided to do water fasting after the surgery. But he still wouldn't. It was like kind of annoying because I actually paid him to do both sides. I was like, hey man, I paid you to do a full surgery and you end up only doing half. But I never got a refund. But the only thing that was good about him is when my brother had jaw issues too, I sent him to him. And when he cleaned his out and got it, he cured his, like, he was in the hospital for almost a whole year on IV because the infection in his jaw was that bad. And this doctor in Toronto cleaned it out for him. Never had an issue again since. So that's why, like, I don't know, being in Canada, sometimes you're lucky if you live near Toronto. Because you're like, it's a lot of times you're in these smaller towns, the doctors aren't going to be near as good. As soon as you, like, go into the fucking Jewish area of Toronto, they have some fucking doctors there that'll blow your mind. Especially the chiropractor I seen there, man. Like, holy shit, I knew he was going to be a little smarter than the average chiropractor, but after I got out of there, I was like, it was like fucking night and day. Like, not to make fun of the other chiropractors, but man, this guy was like millions of times better. And he was so, like, he wasn't, I think he was getting close to retirement for a chiropractor. So you could tell that he wasn't the strongest one of them all, but man, did he get results. His movements were more subtle, but holy shit, he was able to pop my spine back into ways that I never used to be able to sit flush on the ground anymore because it was so bent and crooked. In one visit to him, I was able to sit flush on the ground. It was like, holy fuck. It's like you could drastically tell there was a difference. I know some people are like, oh, it's all in your head. I'm like, all in my head. It's like my body wouldn't sit flush on the ground before. It's like, there's no thinking about it. I could just say, hey, look, my body's not on the ground properly. That was such a weird feeling, too, when I was able to sit flush again. And I was, like, doing sit-ups. I'm like, oh, my God, everything's in the right order, and it's not fucking killing. It was sad, though. I only got it to stay in place for about 3 days. And then I went to do my morning exercises. I pushed them a little too much, and I felt it pop back out of place. I was like, fuck. And then I couldn't sit level on the ground anymore again. It was annoying because I went back to him like, oh, can you just do the last adjustment you did last time? And when he did it, he did a new adjustment. It didn't work as good. I was like, holy fuck, I wish I could have just recorded what he did that first adjustment. Like, please, man, do this one. I think what it is chiropractors, they kind of adjust their treatments depending how many they've done before on you and if they think you need more of it or not. And how much advice are they really going to take from the patient compared to what they know and their expertise. Now, it made me very hopeful. I couldn't believe that it could be put back in place that well without any surgery or anything. I don't know if they call it popping it back in place. They have some other terminology for it and they get offended by the popping term, but it's actually what I felt. It's like I feel like a popping goes back into place. And you can feel it right away because you're like, holy shit, now my whole body isn't fighting over to the side where it used to be popped out. Now, I'm kind of lucky in most cases it doesn't hit nerves until I push it too long. Yeah, maybe one day I'll share my x-rays. They're pretty funny. I know most doctors are kind of surprised after they see the x-ray. They're like, is this you? It's like here you're a person who's like big, strong, well fit. Then you look at their x-ray, like, holy fuck, man, you're mangled. That's that whole Egyptian thing. When I heard that the Egyptian pharaohs had fucked up spines, yet they were still able to do shit. It's like, as bad as the human back can be fucked up, you can still get by. It's all a matter of mind over matter and just pushing through the pain. Unless it's like physically like out of place and you can't do stuff, I guess, but hey, even with double curvature, I still do work jobs that are most other employees can't do in their wildest dreams. without their bodies breaking down, and they don't have any back issues. Alright, so that's enough of this for today. There's quite a bit of people sweating here. I should have teamed up with someone. Yeah, see that new guy there, he probably could have used some help. I should have helped him sweat. Alright, maybe I'll swing by Noobs again, pick up the rest of the oil. Sorry my mining run sucks so bad today. Maybe instead of being sorry, I'll do a little bit more mining, for fuck's sakes. God, I hate mining. Alright, so it seems like they've changed the layout of Hell. Remember before they used to have it all sectioned off, so you had to explore everything to find shit? God, that was annoying. I like going to Hell caves where there's not tons of mobs, because usually when I go to Hell I'm like going there to mine. I don't want to fucking be hunting shit. And people might laugh using the little rookie finder in Hell, because technically there's only big finds down here. But occasionally I have hit, and it's been like a pet or two, so it's drastically more than you get up on the surface. So it is kind of neat just for the fun of it to drop a probe down here. Alright, well, Hell's there like that for now. I'm just going to open the fire screen for a second. That way I can open my desktop without boobs accidentally showing up. I have no idea how they got there. Damn virus. Where's my virus software when I need it? Right. Because my luck in Hell is going to be so shitty, figured let's try some of my Bitcoin luck first. If anyone else wants to spin for free Bitcoin like I am every hour, then just follow my affiliate link. I'll have a video linked at the end of the show too. Right, so I'm at 1862, and I go up to 1878, pushing closer to that 2,000 mini Bitcoins. See how it works? You have to collect a whole bunch of these mini Bitcoins until you work your way up to a full Bitcoin. Sometimes when I'm telling people about my Bitcoin strategies, I call it PED. Then they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I swear to God, it's a currency in another game. Like, who in their right name would fucking mind would name their currency PED? Like, it's a Swedish company. And they're like, oh. No, it's Project Entropia dollars. I try to explain to them. They're like, no, this is Bitcoin. I know, I'm like, yes. But I play Entropia too much, so I call everything Listerium and PED. Fuck, what is going on? I picked merge. There we go. I should have mined closer. Usually near that teleporter is where you get a decent find. Yeah, so you can see with 5 PED it gives me 33 drops. And it could be increased because maybe the universal ammo I have is going into that total. The 33 does sound pretty accurate. What the fuck? I found something on my first drop in Hell. Poor 4. What does that mean? Well, that's fucking unreal. Alright, so Maybe the Rocktropian gods heard me bitching about the mining and said, fuck, give this guy a little bit of whatever this is. Give him some narc. But is it increased because I found it in hell? Let's see what they gave me. $40. What the hell? Oh my god, look how much I found. Holy. Alright, that's like a global with the rookie finder. Yeah! Yeah, let's do a screenshot of that. Now there's some fucking kick-ass mining. Oh yeah, let's open it. What the fuck? 2 ped? You gotta be kidding me. Holy. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Global. Global. Wow, that was intense. Alright, so. Whew. Right, I'm gonna go back up and trade terminal these fucking mining probes. Call that a day. It's like, can you imagine? I just profited mining. It's like, see, this is how you profit mining. Now, I was trying to make a video tutorial on how you can't profit in mining. So that's probably what happened. Like, oh, try to make something, are you? Well, fuck that on you. So you just gotta use your losing to your advantage. Try to make a video about how you're gonna lose, and then the universe will stop it. No, don't follow my advice. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work for everyone that way. No, I did that, what is it, the Kenny versus Spenny casino trick. Have you ever used that on someone? It's so cruel. I fucking actually used it on someone once, and when it worked, I was like, oh god, that's awful. So does anyone even know the Kevin versus Spenny or Kenny versus Spenny trick? Can't remember which one, Kenny or Spenny, decides to use his trick, and he's gonna go use it at the casino. This trick shouldn't even be allowed at the casino. You see people use it all the time. So what he does is he goes in the casino and he finds someone who's on a really bad losing streak. Like someone who's like betting on the same number over and over again, hoping it's going to come up, but it never does. So he finds someone like that. I forget, it was either at the roulette wheel or at the fucking slot machine or something. Yeah, I think it was like the slot machine, or no. Yeah, it was the roulette wheel. Someone was betting on like the number 7 over and over again, hoping lucky 7 would come up. So that's what Kenny does. He finds the person. He's like, excuse me, are you betting on that lucky number hoping it's going to come up? The person's like, yeah, I'm betting on this number over and over. It's going to come up one of these times. So he watches them. And eventually that person gets frustrated and is getting ready to give up. So Kenny's like, hey, I seen that you're giving up on your lucky number there, right? And they're like, yeah, I can't play it anymore, ran out of money or whatever. So he's like, watch, I'll play it. After you can't play it anymore, I'll take over, I'll bet it for you and see what happens. And the person's like, oh, it won't work for you, I've been betting over and over. So Kenny's like, yeah, he'll do it. He fucking places a big bet on it, fucking wins. You can see the look of devastation on the person's face because they're like, oh fuck, I've been betting on that for like hours, all my life savings, and it never came up. And Kenny, first time he comes, first spin to like rub it in, be like, hey look, next spin right after you left. Yeah, so I tried that at the casino, and the fucking same thing happened. I couldn't believe it. Like, after, I almost felt like I should have gave some of the money to the person. But they already stormed off upset. I was like, holy. I didn't even think it would work either. I was like, what are the odds that... It's almost like the universe is set up like that. It knows. It knows. Alright. I don't know what I should do to celebrate that mining fine. Definitely not going to do more mining. Alright, okay, yeah, I'll finish it up today. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching the show. Hope everyone's liking the Bitcoin spins. I noticed I got 8 referrals and people have been really helping me gain a lot of Bitcoin. And if there ever is a way to get the Bitcoin money into Entropia, that is probably my plan. Man, because I could really use some money to unlock that fucking shop stall. Get everyone some limited keys to get inside. Maybe start giving them away on my streams if I ever reach that point. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, I got the other links, the Entropia partners. If anyone can help be the first referral for Entropia partners, sign up and put it in the YouTube chat, and I'll give you a big shout out on the show and big thanks. Even if you don't even use Entropia partners, I just want to test out that the referral for that actually works. And no one's signed up for it, or it doesn't work. So yeah, if the other ones, if people can continue signing up, the swag bucks gets you the discount on the shirts from Society 6 that I have. The finishing quick is my specialty. And then also, yeah, Raven Jade shirts on her t-shirt store. And Swagbucks also gets you a discount on that. Yeah, so don't miss out from signing up for Swagbucks. And yeah, Hideout TV, they can pay you in PED to watch videos like YouTube. They have that Tucker Binns dog channel. It's pretty funny videos and you can get paid in PED, so why aren't you watching it? And if you are, yeah, big thanks. I noticed a lot of people still are, so I shouldn't say no one is. Alright, cool guys. Thanks everyone for watching the show. Let's see, if some of the narc from your big mining find in hell manages to get it to your vaporizer and you give that a hoot and it tastes like shit, well then give the video a dislike. But if you like the taste of narc vapes, or you like the show, if you can give it a like, then yeah, I really appreciate it. And oh, I've got my Patreon too. If you want to help me out with that, that's a big deal these days too. Alright, thanks everyone, and oh yeah, make sure you never purchase the products from my sponsor, because it will ruin your life. Bye for now. See you tomorrow. I think there was more viewer questions, I forgot to answer them, but I'll try to do it next episode, if I can fucking remember. See you later. Here's the subscribe button, and a video you can watch. I'll make it the Bitcoin, but don't worry, I won't make it Bitcoin every time. A lot of people are already helping, so can you.